We are talking banned words today on the podcast. These are words that Heather is banned inside of Elevate, and some of them are F words. Well, just one, but not that F word. Anyway, stay tuned. You're going to love this episode. I'm Nicole Begley, a zoological animal trainer turned pet and family photographer. Back in 2010, I embarked on my own adventure in photography, transforming a bootstrapping startup into a thriving six-figure business by 2012. Since then, my mission has been to empower photographers like you, sharing the knowledge and strategies that have helped me help thousands of photographers build their own profitable businesses. I believe that achieving $2,000 to $3,000 sales is your fastest route to six-figure businesses, that any technically proficient photographer can consistently hit four-figure sales, and no matter if you want photography to be your full-time passion or a part-time pursuit, profitability is possible. If you're a portrait photographer aspiring to craft a business that aligns perfectly with the life you envision, then you're in exactly the right place. With over 350,000 downloads, welcome to the Freedom Focus Photography Podcast. Welcome back to the Freedom Focus Photography Podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Begley, and back again, my favorite guest, Heather Lahtinen. Welcome back, Heather.
Thank you so much for having me. I love our conversations. They are so fun, and I hope that everyone is finding value in them. I just assume that they are.
I think so. I hear a lot from many people that the conversations with me and you are among their favorites.
Oh, great. Okay, that's fantastic to hear.
I think they're going to like this one too, because we're going to say some bad words.
Because words matter, and because I think they're going to like this one because I'm probably going to lose my mind. I
love it.
very passionate about what we are talking about today because, well, I don't know. I'm just extreme, but I've seen this play out in a way that is harmful to photographers, and I just feel the need to stop it. We need to stop doing this.
I love it. And I'm excited because you guys might not know, because I keep it pretty clean here on the podcast in case there's young puppies in the car. But I do have a little bit of a sailor mouth on occasion, especially when I get fired up. And today we're talking about the F word first.
Oh, the F word.
This one's 5 letters though, so it's not the one you were thinking of, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter. But yeah, we hear a lot of photographers say this. Often it is right after they got a great new client, they had their biggest sale, they had some amazing success in their business, and then what comes out of their mouth?
They say, Heather, that was just a fluke. A fluke. Really? Okay. They'll explain to me. They'll be so excited. Nicole, they will be so excited. They'll say, I just had my first $1,000 sale or $5,000 sale, or in one case, a $10,000 month, which is $120,000 a year. Amazing. And they'll kind of, they'll almost slump with their posture and kind of shrug their shoulders. And they're like, yeah, I guess it's great. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you guess it's great? Well, I know, but it was just a fluke. To which I say, okay, how so? What do you mean? I'm actually looking up the definition of fluke is, and I quote, an unlikely chance occurrence, especially a surprising piece of luck.
So a fluke would be, Heather, you're not going to believe this. I was sitting in my office and some person came up to my door. I thought they were trying to sell me new pest control, but they actually wanted to buy my 40 by 60 canvas that they saw through the window that's hanging on my wall. So I sold it.
It's unreal.
That would be a fluke.
Well, maybe.
But not even that, because I still shot it and had it and they saw it.
You took that photo, you edited it, you had it printed, you put it on your wall. So it's kind of maybe a chance occurrence that somebody would walk by and see that. But I wouldn't label that as a fluke.
Yeah, that's true, because I still had to do things to make it happen.
Correct. So they'll say things to me like they'll start to, okay, so they label it as a fluke, and then they will see my reaction to that, which is like, not good. And then they'll start to explain or justify to me why it is a fluke. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, it's because this person found me through this person, and actually they had this sale, and then they liked it, and they're just
that sounds a lot like just relationship and referral marketing.
Yeah, right.
Organic marketing.
which is what you do, right? They did that.
Exactly.
They did that. But it's funny when they start to explain the reason it's a fluke, it starts to sound like I just did, which is a jumbled mess
Mm-hmm.
because they can't clearly identify it.
Well, and I think part of the reason, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's two reasons. There's probably reason number one, which is they are preemptively saving their monkey mind, their conscious mind from future disappointment if it doesn't
Right.
happen again right away.
Right.
That they are just labeling it as a fluke, like I had no control over it. So therefore, if it doesn't happen again, it's not my fault.
It's okay.
Yeah. So I think that's number one. I think the other piece might also be a little bit of a deflection of maybe not being fully secure and owning that they did this.
Yes.
Like being a little bit humble, like say you have a beautiful skirt, outfit, whatever. Someone's like, oh my gosh, I love that. So great. I got it at TJ Maxx on sale.
Yeah, on
Like,
sale.
you can't just say thank you. So I think it's kind of one of those two pieces where it's like a self-deprecating, or you're afraid to own it that you did it because that means it needs to happen again.
I agree with that 100%. And what I would do is get really curious about what is the feeling that I am trying to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to avoid future disappointment if it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't happen again, so I'm not going to claim it. And I'm trying to avoid this, I don't know, what would you say? Almost like this proud feeling of I
Mm-hmm.
did this.
Yes. Yeah.
That's uncomfortable for me
Mm-hmm.
to feel proud. It's uncomfortable for me to have success. And because it's uncomfortable, I don't want to feel the discomfort. So I'm just going to, shoo this away as a fluke. It's very
Mm-hmm.
convenient that you would do that to protect your brain.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's I think it's really dishonoring to yourself and what you've accomplished and the work that you've put in to get that sale, to not just say, yes, I did that. Who did that? Who got that sale? Oh, you did. That means you had to get the client. So wait, let me back up. You had to start a business. You had to market that business. You had to learn a bunch of things. You had to get that client. You had to photograph that client, edit, deliver, do your sales session. I'm sorry. Who did all of those things?
Right. Right. And even if the end result of that sales session was more than expected, or a client came in from an unusual place that you didn't expect, it's an unexpected client, not a fluke.
That's it.
It's unexpected because you didn't expect it to come in that way, but you built the field. You built that playing field in which they are coming in.
That's my favorite analogy because when I got my first $10,000 sale, I didn't think it was a fluke, but I did say, oh, wow, that came out of left field. Like giving my power away to some other force. I said that came out of left field. And then it was like, Heather, who built the freaking field?
Mm-hmm.
I built the field. Okay,
Yep.
if I built the field, then I'm going to receive anything that comes out of right field, left field. I don't know. Who
All the
cares?
field. Any field.
Any field. I built it so it can come from any direction. But I do like your alternative there is like, okay, this was unexpected.
And I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I created it, which means I can do it again. If maybe it feels a little uncomfortable because it's your first like big success. Okay, guess what? I am willing to feel uncomfortable to receive $10,000. Okay, so what? I'm not going to try to get away from that discomfort by making excuses for why that happened. Just own it. You would not believe the number of times I hear this inside of Elevate or with my private clients. It's weekly, Nicole. I hear someone say, this is a fluke. And so I'm like, okay, if you don't want to own it, then I will. Okay, I did that. No, it doesn't make any sense. I didn't do that. You did it. And by the way, sometimes they do try to give me credit. They'll say, well, you taught me this or you helped me with my mindset, to which I say, thank you. I received that. But you're the one that went out and did it. I didn't do that.
You did the work.
You
Yeah,
did it.
they did the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just helped them.
Yes.
Helped them in the path. They still had to show up. So I am hearing from this, like if you ever catch yourself saying it's a fluke, wanting to say it's a fluke, like, can we get really curious as to why are you saying that? What's the thought behind that? Are you worried that you can't do it again? Are you worried that you didn't know how that happened? And that's okay. Maybe you don't know how that client came to you. And you're like, wow, I don't know how that client came to me. But maybe the thought is, if it happened once, it can happen again. And then the other side of it is if you're saying it's a fluke because it's making you uncomfortable, why? Why
Mhm.
is it making you uncomfortable? What thoughts are you having that cause you to feel insecure about that success?
And that's okay. I
Yeah.
can learn to feel discomfort and get really curious
Mhm.
as to why. Like I'm not saying
That's
avoid
growth.
it.
I mean, that's growth is noticing
Right.
like, "Oh, this is uncomfortable for me. Why?"
Right. Right. And I don't have to know where every client came. I mean, you can ask them, how did you find me? And that's great. But you still at some point did the marketing to put your business out there for that person to find you.
Yeah.
So, however I did that, I mean, honestly, doesn't matter because I did it. Me. I did it. I created that field. I got the $10,000 client. Wow, I'm so proud of my effort, my hard work, and my willingness to do things even when it felt like they weren't working. And this is the result of that hard work. Could you please just own it?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I want you to also think to yourself, whenever you catch yourself like fluke, you just have a good chuckle. I want you to say, oh my gosh, Heather would kill me right now. If Heather heard me using this F word, she would lose her mind.
I love it. I love it. All right, what's the other one?
Oh my gosh, this word. So if I hear fluke once a week, I hear this phrase 5 times a week.
So
I mean,
daily, just about.
that often people will say they ghosted me. To which I reply, oh my gosh, wait, what do you mean? Are we playing in the spiritual realm? Listen, I don't even know if I believe in ghosts, but I ain't messing around with it. What do you mean a ghost? What happened? It's so dramatic, that language. They ghosted you? Wait, are you saying that they didn't reply to your email? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Are you saying that you are giving away all the power that you have for the outcome of your business to someone else's action or inaction?
In the spiritual realm? What? They go, Nicole, I'm not kidding you. This is, and I know, I mean, I'm
Well, I
dramatic.
hear
Yeah.
it too. Yeah.
It's a very common phrase. I mean, people even outside of our industry use it.
Mhm.
I texted someone, I sent this, they ghosted me. It's just so dramatic and sounds like you're taking it so personally that, okay, tell me exactly what happened. And usually it is, I sent an email and they didn't reply. Okay, how do you know that, for example, their husband just didn't have emergency open heart surgery?
How do you know, for example, that maybe they don't have oh, oh, 21 phone messages to go through and 35 texts, which the 35 is actually pretty low. I cleaned it out last night.
Or and 1,000 emails, right?
Yeah, I didn't even open those.
Yeah. So the chances are, I mean, the
Even if
chance.
they have inbox zero, they might have some filters. So, by the way, spoiler alert, if anyone ever emails me and I don't respond, I didn't see it or I
Yeah.
saw it and responded in my head and then forgot. But like yeah, our filters grab a lot of different things, especially like invoices. I have to like try to really remind myself when I'm
Yes.
expecting an invoice to go and search because they often get grabbed by my filters.
Yeah, it's in spam. So how do you know your message isn't in spam, or that they have 1,000 and they're very disorganized and they missed it, or they fell ill, or
Or they read it and they're really excited and then they wanted to reply, but then like, the dog threw up on the carpet
there could
and they
be
forgot.
million,
Yeah.
a million reasons that have nothing to do with extraterrestrials or that's okay. That I'm jumping.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
jumping
No, no
metaphors.
ET. It's not aliens.
Right, not
They didn't
aliens, right.
alien me.
I mean, okay. But it's just I just want yeah, it's laughable because it's so dramatic and we want to make it about us. So what it usually is Heather, they ghosted me because my prices are too high.
Did they? Okay, wait. I'm
Really
confused. How do they know it's because their price is too high if they ghosted them and didn't get back to them?
interesting. So you just made that up.
Okay, that's checking. It's checking.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a bunch of made up stories because you're trying to make sense of why somebody didn't reply to you. And my thoughts are they're probably busy and I'm a service provider. So as a professional, it is my responsibility to follow up.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Not on them. Not
Yeah.
on them. On
Yep.
me. I should follow up. So my husband, I was joking about open heart surgery because my husband had it a couple weeks ago. And I had reached out to a voice coach. I want to learn how to use my voice better because when I'm teaching all day, I end up with a sore throat. It hurts. I
Yeah.
know I'm not using it right. Okay. Because Taylor Swift can sing for like 15 hours straight.
Yeah.
And I can't talk for 6 hours. Like I
And is
need to.
Rep TV coming soon? I think it is. There's
Wow.
AMAs
Okay.
Monday. That's all. Sorry. I
So
digress.
anyway, I reached out to this local voice coach a friend of mine uses, and I said, do you work with speakers? Because I want to work on this. I explained to her why, my goal. And she got back to me. I mean, I wouldn't say super timely. Oh, this story is twofold. There are two lessons here. It was very evident to me that she did not believe in her pricing and was very hesitant to share her pricing, because when she finally did, it was like, oh, it's $30 for 30 minutes or 60 for 60 minutes. Like, is that okay? Was the vibe I was getting, which made me laugh because that's so cheap to me. That feels very affordable. But I think she has some thoughts about.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went back and forth a few times, and then guess what, Nicole? Guess what? I ghosted her. I dropped off the face of the earth because I thought my
Why?
husband.
What did you have going on that was more important than responding to her?
Well, you know what? It was her
And
pricing.
obviously you thought her pricing was too high
That's
and you hate her and you'd never want to talk to her again.
It was because of the pricing. Yeah. So I ghosted her because I didn't like her pricing. I mean, I don't know what she was thinking, but if this is what I hear people thinking. So I think almost 3 weeks went by, and I finally replied to her and explained what had happened. And I'm so sorry. And, I still haven't heard back from her.
Really?
Yeah. And my guess is, okay, I don't know. All right. So this is just a guess that there's some story in her mind, either about her pricing or working with me, or maybe she has too much.
Maybe
business.
she didn't get it.
Maybe she didn't get it. So if I really want to pursue this, guess what I could do? What do you think I could do here?
You could email her again.
You don't say. Could it be that simple?
Yes.
As a reminder, like, hey, I just wanted to check in. I'm not sure if you saw this. What are your thoughts? Like, it could be so clean that there are no ghosts involved.
Yeah, I think people are worried about, so again, what are you thinking? What are you thinking that usually it's some version of they're going to judge me, they're going to think I'm pushy, they're, something like that. But okay, first of all, maybe they are. Are you ever going to see this person again anyway? And also, we know, like, if you're worried about coming across pushy, you are certainly not following up enough.
That's right.
It's the same kind of thing of like, you're worried about being a fraud. Like, if you're a fraud, you're not worried about it. So the fact that you're concerned about it tells me that you are not like spamming them, being obnoxious, super pushy in their inbox, like just being obnoxious. Like, you're not doing that. You are literally just going to reach out and say, hey, just wanted to follow up. Let me know if you're interested in moving forward. Or if you're not, that's okay. Just let me know. Like,
it's so simple.
Touch base. That's all.
Oh, wow. So the real question is, what would you need to think or believe to feel confident in following up multiple times? And what are you thinking that's causing you to believe that you're pushy? That's a really interesting exercise. If I think that I am a professional and it's my responsibility to follow up and to serve people, if I am in service energy, I'm going to follow up all day long, multiple times.
Because you have something that can help them.
Exactly.
And again, the other piece of that I think works well with this is, which I always tell my students, is like, it is not our job to convince someone to book with us.
Right.
It is our job to let them know what we offer and why it's valuable. And they decide if it's valuable to them. Like, yes, no, whatever. I don't care. Just let me know. Like, I am here just to tell you, this is what I bring to the table. Let me know if you're interested. Like, our job is to make sure they know what the options are.
Yes.
Their job is to decide if they want to say yes or no.
Yes. And more importantly, if you don't clean this up, you are going to hesitate and hold yourself back in business. And because I have such clean thoughts about this, I just follow up all day long and I don't make it an issue. But if I'm worried what people are going to think, or they should reply, or they should get back to me faster, or all of these thoughts that just don't feel good and don't serve you, you are going to hesitate. And that's going to prevent you from growing your business. But my thoughts are just very straightforward. I just want to help people and let them decide if they want to hire me. But I can't do that if I'm not, reminding them and following up. And that's just, to me, that's good service. Now, wait a minute. This happened to me recently where someone, oh man, I don't remember the exact situation, but I was trying to hire someone and they followed up, and I said to them, "Thank you so much for reminding me. I actually forgot."
Yeah, right.
I
100%.
appreciated the
Yes.
follow-up.
Yes. Yes, I've had numerous clients tell me, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I've been meaning to call you.
Yes.
I've been meaning to get back to you." And how many times has that happened for you where someone's followed up to you and you're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you."
Also, do you think, I'm wondering if part of the hesitation is like, what if they say no? So there's
Mm.
maybe a fear of rejection there?
Yes, 100%. I think a couple things. Number 1, we're just assuming that they said no, that they're ghosting us because it's too expensive.
Yes.
Like, we need to address that. Like, we have no idea. And even if somebody said it's out of my budget, that's an easier way for them than saying like, I don't know, we're just not really meshing. I like somebody else's work more than yours." Like, and it's fine. You're going to attract the people that want to work with you, and people that don't aren't. It's like, it's no big deal. We're not for everybody. So, we're always trying to blame pricing on this.
Yeah.
And then, so I think that the other reason you don't follow up is we're scared to hear no. And
Yes.
then I think that brings up a cascade of spiraling thoughts of, I'm not cut out for this. This business is never going to work. See, nothing's working.
Yes.
All of those things.
Yeah, so we avoid it, because
So
what does
could the
that mean
thought
about us?
just be every business hears no's, or I have to get through the no's to get to the yes? Like, every no, here's a thought, every no brings me closer to a yes.
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah.
course. So imagine you look at this from a different perspective, from a service angle. I want to be professional. I want to serve people, and it's okay if they don't hire me.
Mhm.
Imagine what you would do if those were your driving thoughts, the thoughts that drove your action.
Mhm.
I just wonder, I'm just curious what might happen in your business if you went with that instead of, "Oh, I can't follow up. They goes to me. It's the pricing. They hate me. They hate my soul. Everything is wrong. Nothing is working." And then the spiral that you just described.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. Hey, guess what?
What?
I have a bonus word I just thought of.
Ooh.
So when we started this episode, I was thinking of the fluke
Yep.
and being ghosted. But similar to ghosted, a little bit different is people will say they posted something and they heard crickets. Okay, wait a minute. Crickets are actually very noisy.
I was just gonna say, I don't know about you, but crickets are really loud. You know what
So
else is really loud? Frogs.
frogs are loud. And I love it. We have several in our pond. I sit out there and listen to them. I love it. Okay, so when you say you heard crickets, I think you're trying to say you didn't hear anything, but that doesn't make sense because they're loud. So that's the first thing. And what exactly happened here? Nobody liked your post or commented on it. Nobody reached out to you
Well,
to.
and it could also be, I hear that a lot too for the people that are still maybe doing sales via an online gallery, that
Mm,
like you send it out. And this even happened to me. I had a commercial client that I sent the images to. Like, I sent the gallery, they selected them. I sent the final images. They said, got them, thanks. But like, nowhere did anyone ever say, these are great. I love them. And I'm like, so then my head's like, oh, were they good enough? Feel all right? Like, the client, the like kind of models, it was photographing a barn for a stall company that does this custom barns. And the people at their home, which by the way, I want to move into, it's an equestrian community over near Southern Pines, bridle paths, like go through all the property. They had this beautiful barn with their horses in their backyard. I'm like, oh my God, I love this. Anyway, I sent them the gallery just so they can see. And they're like, these are amazing. And of course, that I said, hey, when you want me to come back and do a portrait session for your horses and your dogs, you just let me know. I'll be right
yeah.
back here. They haven't done that yet, but I can follow up. I'll follow up in the spring next year because they just moved in. So they have a lot of expenses in a brand new house. But anyway, then I, sent everything to the client that actually paid me, the company, and they didn't tell me they loved them.
Aw.
So then I started to think, oh my gosh, I heard crickets. What does that mean? Was
What?
it not good? Do I not know what I'm doing? Am I not good at my job? But hey, it was a man who's probably not as into words of affirmation, may or may
Yeah.
not, but just men are different than women in terms of like expressing those kinds of things. And B, they could very well be very happy with it. And it's just like, awesome, thank you.
They don't feel a need to say it because
Yeah,
they don't need words of affirmation.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so crickets aren't the problem. First of all, it's a misnomer, okay? That's not the problem. It's what we make it mean.
Hmm.
What do we make it mean when nobody comments on a post or gets back to us? That's where the spiral begins. If you can get really clear on that sort of leading thought, the high level thought, you can
Hmm.
stop the spiral.
Yeah. So in my case, my leading thought was, oh, this wasn't good enough.
Yes.
Like my work was not good enough for this
Yes.
client. They're disappointed. My thought was they're disappointed.
Okay, let's play with this for a second,
Mhm.
shall
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you were coaching with me before you got into that spiral,
Yeah.
I would say, what's leading you to believe that?
Because I didn't hear from them. They didn't say anything. They didn't mention the images at any point
What else is
after I
possible
delivered them.
here?
Because if they liked them, they would have said they liked them.
Are you sure?
No, but it feels that way.
And that's okay. That's okay. But like, how can you be sure that your interpretation of the non-response is the only thing that's happening?
Yeah, no, I can't. I
You
can't.
can't.
But that's what my brain wants to tell me.
Right. Everybody's brain does. That's okay. But if you can just question it, like catch yourself at that high level thought, you really can prevent a lot of suffering and
Mhm.
pain
Mhm.
by
Yep.
not continuing down the spiral.
Yeah, and just realizing like, oh, I actually don't know what they thought, and they actually did choose some of my favorites too. That always makes me happy when the client chooses the ones who you're like, oh, those are my favorites. Yeah,
Yeah, which means they get it, you know? But the funny thing is, when you don't hear anything and you make up this story, you understand that that's a lie that you are making up.
right. Yeah, it's just the same thing as they said no or they ghosted me because of my pricing. I have
Right.
no idea.
So if you were going to make up a lie, why not make it a good one?
Yeah.
You could just as easy, okay, it's not as easy because the brain has a negativity bias, but once you catch it, you could just as easily make up a lie that's the opposite that works in your
Mhm.
favor and feels good. Give me one in the case of the commercial client.
I mean, you can do a belief ladder because if it's like, oh my gosh, they loved it, and I'm like, I don't believe that. My mind's trying to tell me that they hated it. You could start with they chose all their images. Like they they were happy enough with the job delivery that they got what they needed because they didn't come back and say they needed something else. Like
Right. So
they
that's
got
fair.
exactly what they needed.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. But listen, if
And then you can start to tamper it up a little bit.
right,
Yeah.
but I'm going to challenge you here and I'm going to go beyond the belief ladder and say that if you were able to make up an extreme negative story,
Mhm.
I want you to make up, not one that I don't want one that you can believe. I want an extreme positive story. You were able to make up a negative one,
Yeah.
which means you're very creative. You have a great imagination. I want you to make up just this wildest positive story.
These are great. I wish she was in PA so she could photograph all our barns.
They love me. This is amazing.
Mhm.
They want me worldwide. They might even hire me to drive or fly all over the country to do this. I mean, make it extreme. If you're going to lie to yourself, make it a good one. And we don't have to do belief ladder here because this is not about shifting beliefs. This is just having fun with the narrative.
Mhm.
Have fun with the story.
Yeah.
You know how you were talking, I don't know if it was this episode or a previous one about the belief ladder with body
Oh
dysmorphia.
yeah.
And you were saying, could you just
Previous one.
believe I have a body? And we lie to ourselves. That's what body dysmorphia is. It's a lie. You can't see it clearly. Okay.
Right.
So I think to myself, if I'm going to lie about my body, then I'm going to say to myself every day, I'm a 6 foot tall Victoria's Secret supermodel. Okay, it's not true. That's a lie. But so is the other thing I'm telling myself about my body. So why not have fun with it? And then it turns it into sort of a mental game. And that really does like dial back the pain that can cause. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm speaking about the ghosting, or the cricket.
Yeah.
Like your brain will always multiply your suffering when given free reign.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, it's going to do that automatically. You catch it and then you say, okay, what is some just outrageous lie that I can make up that makes me feel like $1,000,000, even if it's not true.
Yep.
And then you just go there in your mind, and then you have a good chuckle at yourself.
I love it. I
That's
love it. Oh my
okay.
gosh. So good. So, if you guys want help working through any thoughts of your ghosting or fluke, I promise Heather won't yell at you if you're coming to her and
I
saying, Heather,
won't.
I'm feeling like it's a fluke, but I know I'm not supposed to say that. So, if you can recognize that, you won't get yelled at.
I won't yell. I am just impassioned. Yes.
But yes, getcoachedbyheather.com. Heather does periodic free coaching sessions for you guys because you guys, it is so powerful. And it's really hard to explain what exactly coaching is. So, like, the best way to do that is actually to experience it. And whether you want to get coached or just show up live to hear what others have to say, which then you can. Here's the beauty. The beauty of it is when someone else is getting coached, oftentimes we can see that same issue in our own lives, in our own business, and we can apply what Heather's saying to ourselves. So, what you call that? Secondhand coaching?
Secondhand coaching. So I'm in a mastermind where I'm in a few actually, where I'm not always able to attend the calls live,
Mhm.
and I will binge watch coaching calls.
Mhm.
I get so much benefit. I'll ask myself, how does this apply to me? But even if it doesn't, just to see it from something from a different perspective is so, so, so valuable. So that's why I want to expose as many people as possible to coaching. Even if you're not feeling comfortable raising your hand or getting coached, that's totally fine. You can join us live. They're always free. The replays are available inside of Elevate. And we have a lot of people when they join Elevate, they watch some of these coaching calls and they're like, oh my gosh, that was so helpful.
Yeah, so good. So good. So go check it out. Come join us. If you just want to jump into Elevate, use the code podcast to save $200 off the
Yeah.
enrollment fee. It's at freedomfocusformula.com/elevate. But anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful and got a little chuckle around it because it is funny, but it is just really could be very detrimental to the growth of your business if you allow yourself to believe these different things. So,
That's it, Nicole. What I want to drive home today is these aren't just simple, funny words, but they are incredibly impactful.
mhm.
And I'm just asking, you might not want to use them in my presence. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, and they're so disempowering because they disempower you. They remove all your personal power from the outcome of the experience. Like, it is fully on somebody else, somebody else's actions, and you have no control and no power in the situation, which is what makes them so dangerous, where we always have power. There's always a solution. And when you can shift those thoughts around them, it puts you back in the driver's seat to, again, not be pushy, but just to continue to move the ball forward and serve your clients or potential clients in the best way possible.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I love it. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Have a good one.